Hi, good day. So just want to do some setup, yeah. Then just have to be careful. Last time this was really messing up. All right, so welcome. If you're just joining, um, hello. Okay, I think it's showing there that I am audible. I just need to invite one or two persons then we could get started. Welcome. So just within 5 minutes we should be starting. I would be sharing on the growth room today as regards to our program that was starting 7 days challenge. It's called sales challenge. Um, you should join that challenge. It's good you join the challenge. That's just the long and short of the story of what I'm going to say right now. Um, let's see, we are live. Okay, just need to invite some persons. Then we could get started. All right, so um, just doing some basics just to get people to join, and then we can then get started. That. All right, if you're just joining, thank you for joining. Um, we're going to have fun today. That's a promise. Um, we're really going to have a great time today. MSME. We posted this BDSP ecosystem. So if you're just joining, please type in the comment section if you can clearly hear me. Right. So if you can clearly hear me, just type in the comment section. Just type like hi. I think that would basically help very well. So just type in the comment section if you can hear me, and so that I would know I'm not speaking to myself. So just type in the comment section. We're talking about sales challenge today. So we're starting a sales challenge. Hi, Esther Oluwa Fisayo. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Um, so I just want to, yes, Oladipo Gaiya. Thank you for joining. I just basically want to speak to one or two other persons that would want to join so that I could just share this with them, then we can get started. Thank you for joining. So while we're waiting for the webinar to get started, in the comment section, kindly type your name, where you're joining us from, what business you do. You could drop your details, like maybe your Instagram details or your LinkedIn details. Who knows? It's going to be on replay, and somebody may need your services. So your name, where you're joining us from, and what do you do? And of course, you can also drop the expectation from today's section. So let's get that done. I just want to do some final call. Nigerians, you need to really, you need to get them to come, um, so that they would enjoy the benefits. Oh yeah, okay, okay. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for joining. I got a message. Okay, all right, everyone. Okay, this is good. Good to have all of you join. And we'll be starting at exactly 7:10, and we'll end before 8 o'clock. It's not a long section we're having today. Um, so those last parts, let me just try and put this on my Instagram. Got some followers there, so let's see who's going to come and join from there. All right, if it's just joining, thank you very much. Thanks for joining. I need you on the comment section, drop your name, tell us where you're joining from, and also get to tell us, yeah, and also get to tell us what are your expectation, right? Your name, where you're joining from, and what are your expectation, right? So that would really, really help us. Your name, where you're joining from, and what are your expectations with our life. All right, fine. So let's get started. It's 11 minutes after 7. And wow, okay. All right. Somebody says she's in the hospital with her daughter. Well, get well soon there. All right. So thank you for joining. My name is Mark Onoja. And if this is your first time from, yeah, thank you, Fedipo guy. Yeah. If this is your first time for joining, uh, pretty much excited to have you join us here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking out of your busy schedule and for your time for joining. So my name is Mark Onoja. I'm a business development service provider, and I'm a consultant that work with startup and small businesses. The Growth Room is a platform I use to just basically teach people out. We do that on radio. So if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, we do that the second Tuesday and the fourth Tuesday of every month. We're on mainland FM 98.3. Yeah, I think that's a frequency. And we're there 11:30 every Tuesday, every second Tuesday and every last Tuesday. And we just basically talk about business, about starting a business, about growing a business, about scaling a business, and what are the things you can actually do to start, scale, and grow your business. Now, the growth room basically on every Thursday by 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. GMT plus one West African time, I usually share with persons. I run a live YouTube. It was on Zoom. They will move to Google Meet, but of course, God pushed us to Zoom, so we're on Zoom, right? So I usually share with persons on how to grow their business. So every time you attend the growth room, you will get a tip on how to grow your business. Something very simple and applicable. That is your essence. Something simple and applicable you can put to grow your business. So that is just your idea. You should come and you should get an idea on how to either start, grow, or scale your business. Now today, I'm starting a sales challenge. It's a 7 days free sales challenge, and I want us to talk about the sales. So we're going to talk about sales, and I'll give us some tip about the sales challenge. It's a free sales challenge, right? But I have a sales community where people pay on a recurrent base, but that's free. I'm just opening up for free, and I want to just talk about it today. We'll talk about sales. I'll tell you why sales is important as a business owner. Now, I'll tell you one or two things you should get when you join the sales challenge. And I'll first also going to put the sales challenge in the link of the chat section so that you can click and join. It's free. I don't need your details. You don't need to drop any details. Just click the link and join. At the end of the challenge, if you still want us to still work together, fine. If you still don't want us to join together, we wish each other the very best. So let's get started with sales. Now, sales is a subset of what they call business development for every business. So I normally address startup and small businesses. So if you are not a startup or a small business, sorry, I'll be using simple terms for them because there's no use of using something very big that they can't relate to. I can, but no need. So I'll be using simple terms in this webinar, in this class. So sales talks about business development. It's a subset of business development. So anytime you hear the word sales, it's a subset of business development. Now, business development is what we do as entrepreneurs to develop our business. And when you hear the word develop, it means to grow. So the end point of business development is for growth. So when I hire you somewhere as a business development officer, most times is that is a glorified marketer, but a business development officer talks about someone that helps the business to grow. And business development covers five parts. There are five. The first part is marketing, second part is sales, third part is product development, the fourth part is customer management, and the fifth part has to do with research, right? Research, market research. So if you're the business development officer for any company, you're expected to do these five things. You're supposed to do marketing, you're supposed to do sales, you're supposed to do customer management, you're supposed to do research and strategy. Yeah, it's research and strategy. Then you have five, you're supposed to do product development. Some people call it research and product development, then on strategy and the end point, like sales or biz dev strategy or growth strategy. So for some startup, they hire people and they say this is like a growth lead, quote and unquote, person is doing business development. Now, in business development, one of the things you do in business development is called selling, which is sales. So, what is actually sales? Sales talks about two things. You are turning leads to paying customers, right? That is transaction. And you are performing the promises you made to your customers. Let me say that again. So, sales has to do with two things. Number one, you are turning leads to customers. So, you're turning leads to paying customers. And number two, you are performing the promises made to your customers. So, let's take it one after the other. So the first part of sales or selling is a word called turning leads to paying customers. Now let's go back a bit to marketing. So when it comes to marketing, marketing has to do with two things. Like I like these two things. Very easy for people to remember. Marketing first has to do with brand awareness. Means you're getting people to be aware of you as a business. Why then you are the next best thing after sliced bread. Why your business is the most preferred thing there, right? Why your brand is the next big thing. Why you are the in thing, why you are the best options that they should do business with. That is marketing. You're doing brand awareness. Now, as your business grows, you're supposed to do a lot of brand awareness because number one, you're not the only one doing that business. Number two, people are distracted in this generation very well. Social media, I have to start locking my phone to ensure that I don't access social media too much because it's quite distracting, right? And so you need to continuously be on people's face so that anytime they want to make a buying decision, you will be top of mind. That's marketing. That's first part of marketing. The second part is that these people that are top of mind, you need to move them beyond the point of them having you as top of mind to them actually wanting to buy from you. So that is the second part to marketing. It's called lead generation, turning people from just being aware of you and your brand to I want to buy from you. So when somebody says a prospective customer, it's also called the word. It's the word called lead. Lead is LEAD. Lead. It's called lead generation, right? So that's what we do in marketing: brand awareness, lead generation, right? So selling is when you take that lead and turn the lead to paying customer. That is selling. That is the first part of sales. So if you want to sell, you have to, or if you are selling, you have to take them past the point of I am interested in buying from you. So I actually take my phone out, take my ATM, bring out cash, and give it to you and pick that product. That is selling. If you are not doing that, you are just marketing. It's as simple and short. The If you market properly, selling will be very easy. So selling and marketing, they go hand in hand, especially for a small business. It's called marketing and sales. It's not marketing then selling. It's marketing and sales. They're like rice and beans. They go together. It's like a red blood cell and your white blood cell. Both of them are needed together. It's like food and water. Both of them are needed. Now, the other part of sales is when you get to perform the promises you made to your customer, right? So I made a promise that when you pay, I will do A, B, C, D, right? I will do X, Y, Z. You will get A, B, C, D results. And I'm going to deliver on promise at this point. That's a simple part of selling. So selling goes beyond just they just paid you. That delivery delivery process is still part of selling. So it's very important as a business owner that you create a process and you factor in how you intend to make sales. It's very important you do that. So how do we intend to make sales? Meaning that especially that's the delivery part of the sales selling. So when you are designing your product or when you are designing your operation as a business person, we should talk about operation sometimes next month, not this month actually, next month, right in August. When you're designing your operations, right? One of the things you should do when designing your operation is to determine what are going to be the avenue you would use to delivering promises to your target market. It's very important you decide that, because if you don't do that, you will not deliver promise and you will not get what they call returned customer. And returned customer is the most important customer, because if somebody comes to buy from you once, it's fine. But if the person comes to buy from you again, it means that you have delivered on promise and you are competent and they got value from you. So the most important sales is not the first sales, it's actually the second sales. Yeah. So when people come to buy from you once, and we do that in this part of the world, Nigeria, well, our value system is very scattered in this part of the world. Yeah, God will help us to be good. But in Nigeria, most times when people sell things, so like I'm putting all these shirts, I love my shirt very. I love this particular shirt. It's very beautiful. But my dry cleaner has spoiled my shirt. So I have to go. I had a dry cleaner. We moved from that area. It's kind of far to go there, but I have to go back to my former dry cleaner right now because the new dry cleaner was using some starch that's spoiling my shirts. It does only this shirt. Some of my shirts are already spoiled, so I have to start looking at changing my wardrobe right now when I'm not planning it. Why? Because of the guy. Maybe we're not focusing on maybe return customer. We just focus on like one off. You pay me and that's all we go. So you need to work on return customer. So that is sales part. So the first part of selling is turning people to paying customer. They said they want to buy from you, turn them to paying customer. There are different ways for doing that, right? You could do that through follow up, because most times, ideally, it takes between 5 to 7 times of following people up or them interfacing with your content before they'll say yes to you. And that is just the truth. You will interface with content most 7 times before you say yes, right? So you need to do a lot of follow up. You need to do a lot of convincing. You need to answer objections because the customers are going to have objections. So you need to answer objections. You need to, what else are you supposed to do also to, you need to do some convincing to the customers to enable them know that you are the best thing. After, you need to do some presentation, you need to do what they call sales speech. So that is a big part of sales. We'll do that class some other time. It's just basically introducing what we want to do for the next 7 days. Then of course the delivery part, you perform as promised, right? You perform as promised. So that is selling. So in the next 7 days, from 13th to 19th of July, we are going to do what is called sales challenge. So this webinar is what's up with our sales challenge. So the whole idea about doing the sales challenge is three things. Number one, I noticed that humans, the way we are, if you want to really go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people. I discovered that human beings, right? We love community. We like being in a group of people that are doing stuff. So I remember then in school, when you go to a class and you're the only one reading, it's usually not fun. You get tired quickly. But when you see that your set people or you guys are reading together, you are more quote unquote gingered, because we like when somebody else is achieving the same thing we want to achieve, we want to go for it together, right? So we like this communal stuff. So the idea about sales challenge is to create a community where we would motivate ourselves, we will cheer ourselves up, and we will provide our support for ourselves to ensure that we are all selling together at the same time. Right, so that is basically the essence. One of the essence of stage challenge is to create a community, where a temporal community actually, that persons can join and sell. Simple. So when you join the sales challenge from 13th is this Sunday, to 19th next week Sunday, every day you wake up, you are selling. Right, so we have like 29 persons that have joined so far. Of course, I'm looking at it being like 100 or 200 persons to join the group chat. So every day we are working on selling straight up. So when you wake up in the morning, you are supposed to be selling. That is just your idea, right? You are supposed to sell. So we create that community that motivates all of us to sell. Even I have products too I want to sell, right? I'm trying to scale up as a business, as an individual and as a business, right? And I have some big dreams I'm trying to achieve. I mentioned the amount to somebody today. She shouted like, "Yeah, that's a big figure that I'm looking for." Yes, it's a big figure I'm looking for between now and the end of the year, and I'm believing God for it. Of course, those figures will come with sales. So that is it. So that was the first reason, is that you join a community that is focused on selling. Simple. So joining a community that is focused on selling. Number two is the reason why should you join the sales challenge. Number two is that you're going to get daily tips on selling. So every day in the morning, I will drop a tip, one tip, pop, that would enable you to sell. Right? When I mean drop a tip, trust me, I know how to sell. I do know how to sell, and I do know how to sell out of the blues. I am somebody that is known for bringing that water out of the rock, right? So I can sell almost everything to you. So I will drop a tip that will guide you in selling. So if you want to basically sell very well, this is what you need to do. You join the sales challenge, and I'll drop a tip, just one tip, pop, that will enable you to sell. So every day you see one tip that when you apply that tip into your business, you're going to sell. So every day you get a tip. So every day you get a tip. So for the next 7 days, you're going to be getting tip every day. Now I'm not promising. I'm not promising because of time. The farmer stuff I thought about was that every day we have like a section when we get to talk, but that's for the paid class. I'll leave it for the paid one. But right now for the free one is that every day you get a tip for selling. Number three is that I'm going to be giving reward out for persons that ends up with the highest sales. So if you are the person that ends up with the highest sales during the challenge, I think the top two or the top three persons, or even just one person, I'm going to give you a gift. You get access to one of my coaching courses for free. So when you join the sales challenge, of course, you will get access to one of our coaching courses for free, just for free, 100%, no payment, no story. So you get access to it, right? So, and the number four part is that I'll be providing you with templates. So there are some certain templates you're going to need if you want to sell. There are some templates to send broadcasts, some templates as regards to what you need to post online, how you need to refine tune some of your offers to basically post online to enable you to sell, right? So I'm going to be providing you with those templates during the sales challenge. Now, the sales challenge is, like I said, it's a 7 days. So if you're just joining us, the sales challenge is a 7 day sales challenge, right? So it's a 7 days coaching program where I would be challenging you and other community members on how they need to sell and why they need to sell. So no long story, every day you need to sell. Minimum one product per day. So at the end of that day, you should have done 7 sales. If one sales or two sales account for all your profit in a month, by day 7, you already have the profit for like 3 months in one week. I think that is a very good option. So basically, that is things you get in the sales challenge. Number one is that community. Like I said, you get people that would support you. You can get to ask questions if you have any issues as regards to sale. If you have any challenge that is not making a particular customers to close, you can drop it on the group chat. And of course, I'm basically going to respond to that. Number two is that you are going to be making sales. So that is one of the advantage of joining the sales challenge. So when you join the sales challenge, you make sales. And that is as simple as short. So you join it, you'll be able to make sales, and you make not just any sales, you make mega sales. That's the idea. Number three, you get templates. So there are certain templates you would get that will enable you to carry out your sales and to do your sales very well and very good. So my own idea, my own thought is that businesses should have templates where they can do plug and play. So if you have templates, it makes your life very, very easy. Number I think this is number four. Every day you get a sales tip. So, like I said, for the next 7 days, so from Sunday, we officially start on Sunday. Some people sell Sunday, some people don't sell. But we're going to officially start on Sunday. I'll greet everybody in the group chat. Well, pardon my manners. And I think let me drop this on the group chat. Sales challenge. Sales. Pardon my manners. I'm coming back, everyone. I want to drop the link. Okay, members. All right, I'm back. So pardon my manners. All right, fine. So every day you will get a tip for selling. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're going to get a tip on how to sell. Right. So one tip, simple tip that when you're applying it into your business is going to make you to sell. Straight up, right? You're talking to somebody that helps startup and small businesses to grow and make sales very well. I do that very well without spending extra money, right? That is going to be the whole essence of it. And finally, like I said, I'm going to be giving gifts out to the best salesperson during the sales challenge. So I've dropped it on the comment section. You should click and you should join. It is free to join. Formally, you're supposed to sign up before you join, but I just thought about it. Why, why get people to sign? Right, don't drop your details. I don't need all of those things. Just sign up. It's very free. It's for 1 week and it's very free. Come and have a taste of what it means to actually sell your product and services at a good and at a bumper rate. So it's 7:30. I think I'm going to pause the class right now. Maybe I'm going to take some questions. So if you have any questions in regards to selling that I posted about, or if you have any questions in regards to the sales challenge, maybe you could just drop it in the comment section. So let me just get to pause and answer some questions. If you are just joining us, thank you very much. This is the Growth Room with Mark Onoja. It's a weekly webinar I hold within the hours of 7 o'clock to 8 p.m. Within means it can be shorter, or but it will not pass 8 p.m. Within the hours of 7 to 8 p.m. every Thursday, GMT plus one, right? West African time, where I run people through on how to sell, right? I sell every day, like every day. When I wake up in the morning till I sleep in the evening, I mostly do sales, right? Of course, I grow a business. I'm doing a CEO role for a business that me and my dad run together, but of course I am the chief salesperson there too. So if you have any question you want to ask, you can drop it in the comment section. So this is a YouTube live, so I can't basically hear you. You can't speak to me. So if you have any question to ask as regards to selling, I talked about selling being two parts. The transaction part whereby you get people move past the point of being a lead to a paying customer, and the other part where you perform your promises to the customer, the delivery part. So that is the two part when it comes to selling, right? So for the sales challenge we're going to focus on the first part, which has to do with turning leads to paying customers. I can't start teaching you your operations in your business. It's a different stuff. I think I'll be doing a class on I think HR and operations sometimes in October, right? My coaching for the year, classes for the year, I think it will end by November, right? November-ish. So I'll do one in October where I'll teach people how to structure their business. So but that is not going to be the priority. Priority is how to actually um turn people from saying I like what you're selling, I am interested in buying, to actually buying, right? And that is what we're going to focus on. So if you have any question, like I said, you could comment on the group chat. I already dropped the um I already dropped the message. It's already pinned. So share it with your friends. All right, share it with your friends and with your family. All right, share it with your friends and with your family, and just ensure that you join the sales challenge. Just ensure you join the sales challenge because it's going to be revolutionary. You would move out of the sales challenge with some tip that is going to really influence how you basically make sales as a business person. So let me get some questions. So if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. If you're just joining us, this is Growth Room with Mark Onoja. So any questions you have, you can drop it in in the comment section so that I could just answer like one or two questions before we call today a day. So like I told you, today's one is a short, it's very short. I just sharing what we are supposed to expect. Let me check time. I'm not sharing what you're supposed to expect during the sales challenge, so that we can, yeah, sorry, I'm looking at some DMs, so that we can actually get moving. So any questions so far? Any questions so far? So if you have signed up for the Chase Challenge, maybe you can drop in the comment section what are your expectations? What are you basically expecting? So what are your key expectations for joining the sales challenge? What are your key expectations for joining the sales challenge? And we have like a couple of persons in this live. So in the comment section, just drop what are your key expectations from the sales challenge, right? So let's get that done. Okay. So while we wait for that to happen, so let me finally share something with us. As regards to selling. So let me just share one tip with us as regards to selling. Let me give you a foretaste of the sales challenge. Customers. When I take classes, right? When I take classes, I one of the first things I normally ask people that come for my classes that um what means of transportation did you use when you came to class? And most of them would say like keke, or they took an Uber, or they took a bus, or they drove. Right? For those that took public transport, the next question I normally ask them is that, do you remember the face of the person that the keke man or the Danford guy, if you're in Lagos, or the first, do you remember the face of the driver? Except you are the one driving, not your driver. And most times they will say, no, we don't remember the person's face. I said, okay, you just paid, right? I said, yes, paid. So I said, do you like the person's face? Like most times they're like, nah, we don't need to like the person's face. Now we just want him to just move us from point A to point B. So based on that, one of the reasons why people don't basically sell very well is that they are focusing on them and not the customer, right? So if you want to sell very well, you need to understand who your customers are and understand what are their real needs and see where your goods and services and their need intertwine or intercourse or marry. So you need to see the where your products and services provide those needs for them. If you don't see that, they will not part away with their money, because everybody is selfish in nature, including myself. I think about myself more than any other person on the face of the earth. Yeah, I think about myself more. I think about what is good for me more. So if I'm supposed to pay you for anything, I should be paying you for what is going to add to my life, not subtract from my life. Right, so I'll just give you some tip of what you'll be getting if you join the sales challenge. So the first major way where people should buy from you and where you should sell very well or how to sell very well is that you need to ask yourself, what are my customers real needs? What are my value I'm offering? How can my value answer to the need of my customers? Right, so what are my customers real needs? What are my value? And how can my value answer to the needs of my customers? So if you do that, you would sell very well, because we if rain is falling and you're somewhere and you see somebody with raincoat, you buy it without thinking twice. Why? Because the raincoat solves your need, right? Provides solution and benefits to you. You don't think twice. It's the same thing with anything you're selling. You need to find out, what are my customers really need? Who is my customer? What are their real need? What they need? Then does my products and services provide that answer or solution and benefit to those needs? If the answer is yes, then you put it in front of them and you get to tell them that this is what you're selling and this is how it solves their need. Right. So that is basically selling. If you do that, you would sell very well, and it would amaze you that you are selling very well. So I just give you one of the tip I'm going to be sharing with them on selling. So you need to basically join this 7 days sales challenge, and it's for free. So you can invite your friends and family, right? So talk to your friends and family, persons that you know would need this. The link will be in the comment section, the WhatsApp link. Like I said, no need of registration. Just click and join and come and sell. That's the whole essence of the sales challenge. So any questions so far? Anybody have any question to ask? So if you have any question to ask, you can drop it in the comment section. If you have any question on selling, or you have any question on any other part of your business, aside your legal part, right? I don't do legal, I don't do law. So if you have any of those questions, you can get to drop it in the comment section so that I could answer. I'm trying to look at the comment section right now and see if somebody has dropped any message. Um, okay, Deborah. Sir, my business is selling chicken and it's not a a daily business. How are we going to do with this sales challenge, sir? Thank you. So Adiza Adamo, thanks for that question. So your business is selling chicken. People eat chicken every day. Yours is even simple now. It's simple. It's not like interior design that is once in a long while. Right? People eat chicken every day. Chicken is a five moving consumer good. So my encouragement for you, if you want to sell very well when it comes to chicken, is that you need to increase your sales channel, and that is just basically it. You need to increase your sales channel. So I don't know, maybe if somebody does only refer you to their friends and family, then you need to start adding other things like social media. Some people eat chicken weekly, some people eat chicken daily. It's like part of their daily meal. Yes, some people do eat chicken daily as part of their daily meal. There are restaurants that order for chicken, like um Chicken Republic, right? Some restaurants order for chicken every day. In fact, they have to work with like two, three, sometimes five or 10 poultry farms, because one farmer cannot meet up with the demand. So people eat chicken every day. So you need to come up with sales channels for getting to those people, sales channels on how you sell your products and services. And yeah, of course, join the sales challenge because it's also going to help you. So I hope at this I've been able to answer your question properly. All right. So if you have any question, uh, do drop it in the comment section. We just have like 1 or 2 minutes for that. Then we can call today a day. So if you have any question, drop it in the comment section so that we could just provide answers to that. All right. So if you're just joining us, this is the growth room with Mark Onoja. All right. Sorry, I got a call from the office. So this is the growth room with Mark Onoja. Oh gosh, that was distracting. And I'm using my laptop. Oh gosh. All right. So this is the growth room with Mark Onoja. Sorry, I may need to just send. I may need to send a message to this person or Jason. She's calling again. Hey, I'm sorry. 1 minute. I am in class. I will call you back. So this is the growth room. Thank you for your patience, guys. running the business. All right, fine. So this is the growth room with Mark Onoja. The growth room is uh weekly channels I use for helping people grow their business through free classes, right? On how to start, grow, and scale their business. And I do that through two platforms. Basically, I use radio. So if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, you can join me every second and fourth Thursday of every month. Sorry, second and fourth Tuesday, not Thursday, of every month within the hours of 11:30 to 12 noon on mainland FM 98.3. I either 98.3 or 98.2. I share with people on how to start, grow, and scale their business. And of course, I bring other people live too for us to talk to people and answer live questions too. Then every Thursday by 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. West African time, GMT plus one, I do this live webinar where I pick a topic and I basically get to share. Now I usually address startup and small businesses because that's what people are sent to. And so most of the things I'm going to be saying are things that relate to startup and small businesses, right? So if you're just joining us for the first time, do click on my um, YouTube link, subscribe for it, hit the bell so that you can get notification anytime I come online. So since there's absence of any question, thank you all for joining the growth room today. Pretty much excited for the sales challenge starting. So the sales challenge, I've dropped the comment on the group chat. I'm dropping it again. So click on it and join, and do share with your friends and family. Yes, do share with your friends and family, because it's going to really, really help your business to grow. And I do want your business to grow, and I do want you to get sales. So, like I said in the live section that I just were finishing, every day you will get a tip on how to grow your sales and how to make sales, and it's 100% practical. So when you join the group chats, we're making sales every day. Every day you get a tip for selling. You get templates that will go with some of those tips, some not all, right? And of course, you basically get that community support where you see other persons pushing for sales so that you can join these people to sell to not sell the product but sell your own product, and of course cash out in the bank very well. So thank you very much. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thank you, Wine. Thank you, uh Olufidipo Gia. Thank you, Brown. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Esther. Uh, Oluwa Feyisayo. Thank you, Adamu Adiza. Thank you, Deborah. BJD. Hmm. I'm sorry. I mean, we have murdered your name, but thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everyone, for joining. The link is in the comment section, and the link is also it's going to be in part of the replay so that you could watch the replay and, of course, join the growth room 7 days challenge. Thank you for joining, and do enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.